Alright, what's up you guys? Welcome to the stream. We're going to be painting a lot of dwarfs today. Here's a little preview of what one of them looks like. I got like 35 of them that I think I'm going to paint up today, or at least base coat. Get some of their other stuff painted as well. Alright, we're going to start off with our silver base. We're going to take our Model Air Vallejo Silver and we're going to basically base coat every miniature, any plate metal with silver. We're not going to worry too much about the overspray, as we'll be able to coat back over there when we go in with the fine detail. But yeah, we're going to hit it with silver, and then after we get all of them base coated, we're going to come back in and get them with their since they're dwarfs, we'll go with our Dwarven Gold from Scale Color. I like their Elven Gold a lot, but I haven't really tried too much of their Dwarven Gold, so this will be my first time trying it out. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna have a lot of fumes going on in here, so I gotta put my mask on. Alright. We're gonna use the rest of our Vallejo Silver that we got in this pot. Add a little flow aid to the pot. Not too much. We got this guy. He's a big beefcake. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. We'll figure that out later. Alright, these are my, by far my favorite of all the groups of dwarfs. They're these, dwarf warlords that are, like, on top of bears. Even the bears have, like, amazingly crisp armor. Alright, we got together. Excuse me. Gonna clean that tip. Add a little more flowy to the pot. Alright, I need a little breather. I'm sweating from that. Oh. Whew. What's up, Yo Dad? How's it going, man? I am just sweating right now. Cranking out all this silver. Yeah, we're just we're doing a lot of base coating right now for these models, so it'll be probably a handful of streams I'll be painting these guys. Maybe some off, maybe some on. That's good, man. I'm doing well. Just excited to get these things done. I've literally had them sitting on my shelf. I've got like 40 dwarfs back here behind me on my cork holder. Just, they'd been sitting there for so long that I was like, I'm really determined to paint them now because they're really awesome models. Like this guy, he's just a hunk. Just one big hunk. So we're doing a base coat of silver right now. Then we'll come back in with our dwarven gold that we got. It's cool. It's the same manufacturer or the same miniature company as this guy that we finished last time on stream. So same company, different model take, but I love them. I'm waiting till tomorrow to buy some more from them. So I want to finish the ones I've got, so I just don't continuously have this giant pool of miniatures that I don't have painted, which is really easy to happen, or can happen really easily. All right, I'll put the mask back on. It's hard for me to talk with this thing on, so just a lot of airbrushing. It's good. It's really good. Like, their detail, I can't wait to hit them with a wash. Yeah, if you feel like checking out their page, just go to Google and type in Skibor Miniatures and check out some of the models they got, because I've literally fallen in love with their company. One of these days, I hope to get like sponsored by them. That'd be really cool if they just like, you know, toss some discount codes into my stream, or toss some freebies for me to like give away to people. So That's the hope. But I kind of gotta prove myself to them. Oh man, dude, like my whole entity is so warm right now. It's really warm in Santa Barbara right now. So just putting on the mask and then like a bunch of fumes in here. My room is only so isolated. Or not isolated, can't even speak right now. So ventilated. So it gets really warm in here pretty fast. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited to get some of these guys done. I'll probably end up, I've got like 38 of them or 40 of them or something like that. I plan on giving a handful of them away to the stream to people who come by and stuff. Start like raffling them off to people once they start getting a little more developed. But man, I spent I probably spent like 6 hours last night prepping all of them. Like that took a ridiculous amount of time just to get them ready. Yeah. Alright, I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta go grab a little bit more soda. Oh, man. This is my 2-drink limit. I want to be able to drive later. Alright, we're gonna clean out the airbrush as I could feel it getting a little clogged with the amount of silver that I'm throwing through it. So we're just gonna give it a quick clean out. Throw some water in the pot. Get our trusty toothbrush. Kind of scrub the sides of it, get all that dried paint out, dump it out. Come back in with our water. Oh yeah, I remember you were talking about that. Let's get a picture, dude. Post a URL on the stream. I'll give it a click. Check it out if you want. It's all good, man. Dude, I get my days mixed up like no other, so. Yeah, dude. Whenever you get that picture, dude, I'd love to see what you're working on. We got like 8 dwarfs left. But then we have to go over gold all over them. So I apologize if it's not as interesting as of a stream as last time or the times before. Kind of just trying to crank some stuff out, but as soon as we get more of these guys kind of further along, they'll start looking really cool. And it'll be a little more fun and interesting to watch instead of just me throwing a bunch of silver and gold over miniatures. But, you know, sometimes getting on the stream helps me get stuff done. Or else I would literally just be waiting too long. That's gold. Why is that gold? Alright, we're going to come back in. We're going to add more silver to our pot. We're going to give it a nice little stir here. Alright, man, I appreciate it. Don't worry, I'll be raffling off these. I got, you know, even though I don't have a lot of my whatever Deepbot stuff set up. Where is it? I have my digital currency. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. I was thinking maybe like dark dollars or something like that. But those are accumulating. So you got 82 right now. So those will stay in the bank, and they'll help you once I get stuff more kind of situated and more familiar with all this format that is totally new to me. I'll be able to start like raffling off for you guys. Especially like you guys who come here every time, or every other stream or something. So I can start like sending you guys some of the painted minis. I think I got the paint a little too thin, to be honest, which makes me unhappy. I don't know. We'll try again. No worries, man. Woo! Alright. We did it. We got them all silver based. That was a lot of work, not gonna lie. Now we get to move on to gold. Hooray! If I can find it. So I'm super stoked to try this gold out. I bought it a while ago, and I just, for some reason, I had been sticking to the Elvish gold, or Elven gold, that came in the set. Nope. You should upload it to, I don't know, some sort of like platform like Imgur, or whatever you want to call it, or I use DeviantArt. Like, I've got my own like gallery there. Reddit works as well. I don't know, but that link you just set up didn't lead to anything. Nope, didn't work. It went to like Cox like error page. All right, we're gonna clean our pot out of our silver. A little backflow. Get our trusty paintbrush. Clean out that pot. Kill you with fire? Here, wait. Can I grab some of this fire? Internet stuff is frustrating if you're not super developed in it, which I'm not. Alright, we're gonna flip over our sheet here. Whoops. That feels better. Alright, we're going to add some flow aid to our pot. We're going to take our scale 75 Dwarven Gold, which is perfect for our dwarves. I think. We'll see. It has a nice look to it though, so. To open up the cap a little bit more. Alright, we're going to stir the pot, kind of get these two combinations working with each other. Alright, we're gonna hit all these shields first, so get the mask back on, as breathing the metallics is not good. Show, man. Alright, we're gonna move to the next shields. Just hit them all with silver or gold. Huzzah!
Dude, I absolutely love that. Huzzah! So funny. It's your profile pic. Oh my god. That's too much. Hold on. That's too much for me right now.
Alright, take a little breather. Alright, let's see that. Let's see your profile pic. Let's see if I can get a good look at it. I bet you I can't. I can see like it not in like super high detail, but dude, it looks really awesome. It's like some nice mainland with like a big southern island, and you got some little tiny islands in the northeast. Pretty cool, man. What was it for again? I can't remember what you said last time. I don't know if you were just building a map for something. Building a map for something, or just building a map just for the hell of it. Is it like D&D related or some sort of like tabletop game? Oh yeah, for Minecraft, that's what you said. Cool, man. But mostly for your pleasure. Isn't it always just for your pleasure? It's for half the things I do. Just for my pleasure. Alright. We're gonna come in, we're gonna hit all the dwarfs with gold. Alright, here we go.
Oh yeah, dude.
Just wait till we hit it with a wash. After I hit this gold with a wash, it is gonna look amazing. Like all these little like details and ridges that are in like the kneecap, the chest plates and stuff are just gonna be so much more vibrant. Like when I saw these guys, I was like, I have to have them because they are just, you don't see dwarfs like this. And they're not for Warhammer or anything, they're just cool ass miniatures, so I plan to use them somehow in my D&D campaign. So it'll be fun. They'll be like dwarven forge guys that'll just fuck up my players. Hopefully. Yeah, me too. So, I mean, it kind of sucks, you know, painting like 40 guys at once, because they all look kind of like crap until you get that wash on, but it'll be worth it. And the amount of guys we'll be able to pump out will be really cool, so definitely excited to give away some of these to you guys. Feel like they're just cool dwarves. Yoded, honestly, both. They are the most extreme version of a time saver. Being able to base coat miniatures really fast, especially if you're doing like an army or something. Like I know for Warhammer, I don't play it, but I've seen people paint it. When you're able to base coat an army. Yeah, so they're a huge time saver, and you're also able to create very nice transitions that you wouldn't be able to otherwise. Like it would take you like multiple layers of like wet blending and stuff with the paintbrush. So yeah, they're just a tool. Like I would say the best way to look at an airbrush is just another tool in your miniature painting studio. Like still do all the stuff that you're gonna do for painting a miniature, but just having the airbrush there for when you need it to cut time out, to create cool transitions in large models, to airbrush really nice transitional effects on weapons. It just helps enormously. So I'm a big preacher of get an airbrush. It's worth, it's like a $300 investment for a nice. I got the Iwata Eclipse. I recommend this highly. And then I got the compressor, the Iwata Ninja Jet. It's a little quieter than others. So it's like a $300 investment. Obviously, you're going to spend other money on like model air ready paint and stuff, but it's worth it. If you're if you're into painting miniatures, get an airbrush. It'll make you it'll just add another element to your painting style and like what you're able to do. And literally the best part is definitely the time cutting, because I'm able to paint all these guys metals, all their plate metal, within seconds. Whereas I'm gonna come back in, I'm gonna paint their beards, paint the little details and stuff, but that'll take time. But since I cut out so much time using the airbrush on their plate metal, I can just transfer that time back into painting all the details in a good way to really help the model. So hopefully that convinces you. If you got any other questions, if you ever decide to pull the trigger on it, I'm here to help you. I can give you a little airbrush tutorial whenever you're on. Wow, we ran through that gold. I put such a large pot in. We're gonna clean out the pot just to help kind of clear things out a little bit, because it's so easy for things to get clogged up in the airbrush. So the cleaner you can keep it, the better. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's an investment. It's not cheap by any means. Obviously, everybody's got their own financial situation. But if you got some extra spending money, and you're really into painting miniatures, you got to get one. Because honestly, I've turned this this like passion of mine of painting miniatures into almost like a small business where I get to like paint miniatures, sell them at a pretty good cost. So, I mean, painting the miniatures and reselling them has well over exceeded the cost of the airbrush and the compressor and all the paints. So yeah, when you get one, if you decide to get one, dude, just let me know. I'll walk you through everything you need to know. I'll try to help you avoid all the mistakes I made, because man, did I make some major mistakes using an airbrush. I basically ruined my first needle and my first brass tip within the first like month of using it, and that was just kind of like a learning curve. All right, so we're just like cleaning out the pot, trying to get all this gold that we've been airbrushing very heavily out, trying to reduce the clog that we got in here. I can literally feel the tug on it, like of the dried. Take our toothbrush. We're gonna brush that tip again. Get that nice and clean. To be honest though, like, it was my fault. I was being stupid, and I watched so many videos on YouTube how to clean your airbrush, do this, how to use it, how to utilize it in the best ways possible. But it doesn't really help you until you have something in your hand, and you start like really understanding all the little like nuances that go into like operating an airbrush in a good way and kind of maintaining it. So, but it's worth it, man. Like that's basically as it just helps if you're planning on painting miniatures in like a large quantity, or like doing it for a while. It'll be a investment well worth it. We're gonna take our Dwarven Gold. We got a little flow-aid in the pot. Add a good amount to it. We're gonna take one of our shit brushes that we got. Yeah, I mean, you can literally watch. I watched so many hours of painting miniatures before I bought a miniature, and with the airbrush, but it's just not the same until you start doing it, and it's really confusing, a little intimidating at first. Like, your first instinct is to be very timid with it, but once you get used to it, you just kind of like learn to get aggressive with it. All right, I'm gonna put my mask back on, so you probably won't be able to hear me very well. Nice, dude. Yeah, that'll help you out a lot. I'll be honest with you. I've only been like really into miniatures and D&D for the past 2 years. Before that, I didn't even know miniature painting like was a thing. I just got so I just really liked D&D so much, and I was like, oh, I want to paint my own miniatures. And then I got more enveloped into it, and I was like, oh my god, this is really fun. And now I'm trying to turn my passion into small little business. I've got a lot of ideas in my head for the future, but that takes money. So I gotta collect that so I can invest in some stuff. I definitely, one of these days, I would love to create my own line of miniatures. That's my goal. So if I can do that, I'm really happy. Exactly. It's, you can only listen to someone so much. You got to do it yourself. Kind of trial and error. Because man, you're gonna mess up with the airbrush. But that's just part of it. Like, I messed up so many miniatures with it where I'm just like, I didn't even know what I was doing. But now I've generated some control. I understand layering a lot better, so my miniatures come out a lot better now. Yeah, I'm like super stoked to get these guys done. I think I saw these things and I thought they were one of the dopest miniatures for dwarves I've ever seen. So they're a lot of work. I got 3 of them: the dwarf king and 2 warriors. So they're too cool though. I mean, they're not cheap though. That's the one thing. They're not cheap. Yeah, man, this is it. What's going on right now is what you just said. I had worked for 3 years straight after I graduated, my last college. And I spent a lot of money investing into, getting the stream up, getting my whole studio set up. But it's a great feeling now that I can just sit down and I never thought I'd be this good at painting miniatures in such a small amount of time. Or thinking I could attract people to my miniatures. I post stuff on Reddit, and I get a lot of good feedback on my stuff, which is really exciting for someone who's like, hey, I've only been really trying at painting miniatures for 4 months now. I painted a couple of years ago here and there, was complete shit. Here, I got one of my guys I painted I got this guy painted like 2 years ago. This is one of the first guys I painted. He looks like crap. Absolute dog shit. I look at this and I'm like, I don't even know what I was doing. You know, as compared to like this to that is like a whole nother level. And it's not as hard as one thinks. You just really have to have the right equipment, the right paint brushes, and just to kind of generally know what you do, and then just practice your skill. All right. Well, right now I'm in between jobs, so I've been focusing on this for the past couple months. During the summer, I do some lifeguarding, but I'm going back to school for vocational nursing. So that my schedule's about to change here in the next month to 8 hours a day, 5 days a week of school. So it's like a full-time job. So it's like healthcare stuff. But right now, just lifeguarding. I've been lifeguarding, a little bit of water polo coaching, swim coaching, doing other stuff. I did some other nursing jobs as well, some like lower level work nursing jobs. So yeah, in the next this coming fall here, man, it's gonna be a whole. I'm trying to like have as much fun, be as free as possible, paint as many miniatures as I can before I basically literally like slave my life away to school, because it's brutal. It's gonna be brutal, but it'll be well worth it in the end. You know, you can make a lot of money, and I really like the freedom you get from working in healthcare. Alright, next guy. Alright, here's our king bear. This is our dwarf king. He's got the crown, as you can see. Man, I'm fucking sweating like crazy in my room right now. me pour a tiny little drink. Good for you. Thanks, man. Dude, appreciate it, man. Appreciate you coming and hanging out with us every time. So yeah, my goal is to try to build a little community this summer. I've only been streaming for about a month now, so we'll see how it goes during the school year. I have no idea how my streaming schedule is gonna work. I'm gonna have to really feel stuff out a little bit better. Dude, the Bears are straight balling. Especially when I get them. Like we'll have gold plate, we'll have silver chainmail, and we're gonna do different versions of the bear. We're gonna do like brown bear, we might do like a polar bear, maybe a black bear as well. So we'll come back in after I do all this plate metal coating. We'll come back in with a paintbrush and do everything else. It's going to be a lot of work, but the final results are going to be really cool. I'm excited to hand some of these away to the little community, tiny community we got going on. Small stream today, a little bigger last time. That's right, it is a little community. It's cool, man. It's definitely different from the norm you see on Twitch. Most people are kind of into Warhammer. Not me though. Not me. I couldn't be further away from Warhammer. Even though I can respect Warhammer and all the miniatures they come out with, it's just not a game I'm personally interested in. So I like the classic fantasy style, like Lord of the Rings, D&D. Love all that stuff. Piques my interest much more. So the community is naturally going to be smaller, but I feel like the people who do come, especially on different days, Monday's a tough day. Everybody's got their own jobs and stuff. They come back. The people who love D&D, they come back. We've got a handful of DMs that come in and hang out the entire time. So we get to shoot the shit over dungeon mastering and stuff like that. Joe, dude, your one-liners when you come into the chat are like one of my favorite things. Where your boogers starting to be the colors of the things where your boogers starting to be the colors of the things you're painting. And are my boogers? No, dude, not right now. I mean, I might find some gold nuggets in there later, dude. So I'll have to be mining some gold later tonight. But how you doing, Mojo Brojo? Digging for gold, dog. You know it. Digging for gold. But dude, we're on this epic. We're on this epic dwarf painting session. We're getting all their base coats painted. Yeah, and that's basically it. I don't see us getting past that today. I might transfer over to. I got these ghouls to paint. Dude, the bear is dope. Here, Joe, I got something for you. Look at this guy. Now, this guy is dope. He's like a dwarven forge. He's got like a suit of, like technology. I don't even know what to call it. Dwarven forge armor, like steam powered. Yeah. Just, I mean, it doesn't look super good right now. But when we come in with the wash, all that little fine detail you see in every single piece of his armor is going to come out. It's going to be beautiful. So, yeah, we're just getting the we got like 40 dwarfs behind me. Yeah, you missed last stream, dude. I painted that. I think I sent a picture to you in the group chat of that guy who just looks absolutely fantastic. The like barbarian lord with the stone skull armor. That's right. Let that marathon continue. Dude, I posted that thing. Yeah, I posted that thing on Reddit, and I made it in the like top 5 of the D&D subreddit. But there's like I think there's like 300,000 people who have whatever registered to it. So it's pretty cool. Everybody was stoked on the armor. It was like, oh my god, the armor is just like creeping out at you. Here, we'll show him off a little bit. Yeah, there he is, dude. This is honestly one of the most proud models I've done. It's got a real realistic look to it instead of like a very fantasy look. Yeah. Here, the funniest thing is I painted this guy completely forgetting he came with a shield. So he comes with this like evil shield, and I just forgot. I literally was just sitting on my shelf, and when I like shuffled through everything, I was like, oh shit, this goes to this guy. I was like, oh, hopefully I can recreate it. If not, I won't put it on. If I can, I'll put that thing right on the little arm right here. You got it, dude. Yeah, it was on that. I posted that every couple days, especially because I finished so many guys. I finished so many guys, like 40 different nights that I put on my store, and they all turned out really well. I was really happy with the final result on them, and so I post one of those pictures every like couple days, and get some feedback, get my name out there a little bit more. I don't promote myself too much, or else everybody like downvotes the shit out of you if you even go like, hey, come to this page. Everybody's like, we hate you, fuck you for promoting yourself. I'm like, Jesus. Alright, take it easy, Yodad. If we see you back here, man, we'll welcome you back. If not, I'll be pigging out on some dinner. Most likely. Have a good one, Yodad. See you next stream, if not this stream. Kinda tiny Thor. I'm gonna clean out the airbrush as we just went through a big giant pot of gold. We want to keep that silver, or not the silver. We want to keep the airbrush pumping out the paint pretty well. So take our trusty toothbrush, get all that dried paint on the skirts of the pot. Little backflow. A little more backflow action. Take our tip, clean the tip out really good. Always keep that tip clean. There we go. We're going to take a little bit of our flow aid. Not too much. Shake up our scale 75. And get it in the pot. Take our trusty shit brush. And give it a nice stir. We'll do a little backflow technique. Get that shit percolating. You know, I haven't really officially decided yet. But, in the campaign, dwarves, they've been, like, divided. Like, the Great Dwarf Kingdom kind of lost, their way, and, like, many of the dwarfs have kind of joined the dark side. Not by their own free will. Their brains have been manipulated. So they're kind of like, you know, a lot of these I'm just going to end up reselling for, you know, a nice little profit. But definitely going to use them against in the campaign where maybe the group has to kind of like, they have to like liberate the dwarves. They have to free what's corrupting their minds to make them part of the enemy instead of, you know, them being like, you know, innately good. They're not like Duragard. Tiny hammer? Oh, maybe. Tiny hammer. This guy's got a hammer. This guy's got a hammer. Is that tiny enough for you? Or do you want this hammer? This guy's got a hammer. Oh, that's Delg, that last guy?
It's funny.
Yeah, I'm excited, dude. I'm excited to like start producing these guys. Here, I gotta take a fat yes, if you feel me. I'll be right back. 2 seconds. Alright. I'm back. As do you? Okay, good. You're probably not even here.
Ah! Ow.
My back just hurts. I'm sitting. You know what I mean? Just like, ugh. Oh, that feels good. This feels good, dude. I'm happy right now. How about this guy? I played tennis today, dude. But I gotta keep painting, man. Alright, man. Yeah, go eat dinner, dude. Stay on the stream, though. Don't, Mini Thor number 2. This guy is definitely Mini Thor number 2. Stay on the stream. I want that view, bro. Woo! Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Dude, I haven't played Overwatch in ages. Whew. Hey, how's it going, Leah? Just get back from work? 7:16, I assume so. Nice. Well, we just painted up a storm up in here. I gotta clean out the airbrush here. I'm basically done with all airbrushing. Cause that was intense. That was too much airbrushing, to be honest. You saw most of it? Oh, nice. Yeah. That was a whole lot of metallics. Too much, but kind of necessary for what we're doing. I was filling the pot with some water, taking our trusty toothbrush, cleaning out the edges, dumping into our. Oop, that's not good. Yeah, the bears are gonna be really cool once I'm able to come in with the detail brush. They're gonna come out really cool. But everything I just did for the past like 2 hours has been 100% base layer. All right, we're gonna clean the tip really well. Alright, we're going to take our airbrush, put it in our trusty shot glass here. Man, that was exhausting, to be honest. Having a bunch of just straight metallics. I did break one of the guys though, so I have to repair him. This guy. So I'm gonna take a little super glue. I'm gonna put it on the back of this thing. We're just gonna get this hammer reattached as we demolished it during the painting process on accident. We're just gonna hold it here for a few seconds. Alright, there we go. We'll finish him later. Alright, now we can get to some standard painting, which I'm excited to do after all that airbrushing. I'm gonna go get a new sheet. Hold on, I'll be right back. Because I airbrushed the crap out of that. So Leah, I slept this morning until like 11:30. I don't know if you're there. You there, Leah? We're gonna take our wet palette. Yeah, I just went straight. I literally just went straight to sleep after you left. Watched maybe like 5 minutes of American Dad. We're gonna take a little bit of our silver here. And we're gonna base coat all of these. So we're gonna take. Yep. I'm a door locker. We're just gonna hit these swords with a silver coat. Ooh, new graphics. How's it going, Sunthas? Yeah, I updated the stream layout a little bit. Get a little more dungeon-esque D&D feel to it. So, what do you think? You like it or what? Is it a step up in the world, or are we taking a step back? How you doing this evening, Santas? Doing well? I tried doing that, and I might go back to it, but everything that goes on during the Dungeons and Dragons, everybody tends to be watching actual Dungeons and Dragons. So I might try it again. We'll see how it goes. Things are going well here though, so I'm not too worried. You missed you missed the biggest amount of dwarf basing Twitch has ever seen. Here, look at this. Let me get all these things down. If you can see that. Everything that's gold is a dwarf. So we literally base coded like 40 dwarfs. So I literally just powered off my airbrush like the second you got on. So it's pretty nice to get back to a paintbrush after that much airbrushing. Nope. I mean, in my campaign, my players they're gonna have to liberate the dwarves. They've somehow come under some sort of mental corruption, so they're not good. They're not Duragar. They're good dwarves, but they're still gonna look sweet as hell. Like here, I'll show you an individual version. Here's one of the dwarfs. It still needs to be washed and, you know, detail and everything, but I got the base coat down. This is one of the, like, elite steam... They're called Steam Thunder. They're like forged dwarfs. They're big. Here's my finger. They're thick. And then here we go. Here's the dwarf bear combo. Like a dwarf fighter on a bear. So sexy. Oh, are they? I know they did, Yeah, let me look that up. Let me see what they got going on. I think you're thinking of Atlantis miniatures, right? Because they have a dwarf line. Yeah, they came out with a dwarf line Kickstarter. I saw that, but I gotta be honest with you, I prefer this company in Poland. I think they have a step above the dwarves, and they've got some really cool stuff. So I'm a huge fan. I'm about to put in another purchase here to them. Your guy's on a bear. That's right, dude. He's on a fucking bear. I know. It's too cool. I saw. Sadly, they're not very cheap. I think they go for like, they're like $25 each for each bear, so they're not cheap. But their cool factor is at a 10. Yeah, we're just base coating these. I mostly painted these wraiths off stream. They're like kind of like a different version, but they're really cool. They've got these. Half of them have these really big, like they're almost like great swords. You ever Sunthus? You ever play Morrowind? Elder Scrolls Morrowind. Long ago, maybe? Dude, okay, so these, I don't know if you remember the game at all. I played it when I was like, I want to say like 12 or 13. And these swords remind me of the legendary sword, the Krizmir, which was like the best sword in the game. You found it on some like rogue island. You literally had to kill the toughest wizard in the game. Yeah, so it's old. Elder Scrolls 3, super old, but honestly, out of all the Elder Scrolls, even though the graphics and the mechanics are kind of crappy, the storyline and all the quests you can do are by far the best. Like, it's just such a deep game. Like, all the other ones are good. Like, I love Skyrim and love Oblivion, but man, there's just something about Morrowind that just stole my heart. I literally played so many hours on that game when I was younger. You know, when you got like nothing to do. Yeah, the little slots. Is that what you're talking about? Do you just use snips? I don't know what snips are, to be honest, but they, Reaper comes with, a lot of the Reaper miniatures comes with slots, if that's what you're referring to. Yeah. So, I don't know what I'll do for these guys to base, because it's kind of weird to add, like a terrain base to ghouls, so I'm really not sure what I'll do to these guys. Well, I'll figure that out later. I think I have one more of these guys. But yeah, I actually really like the slotted bases. I mean, they give you a little less freedom to, like, do what you want with the base, but they make it really secure. You don't have to, like, worry about the mini falling out if you just add a little dab of super glue in there. Wash was raising up. Yeah. Yeah, figuring out, you know, especially when you're doing your own custom bases, I prefer, like, I've got so many of these bases, and I tend to paint a lot of Reaper miniatures, so, and in my garage I have, like, a whole barrel of, bases that I could pick from. Some kind of, like, textured bases, a lot, just slotted or flat like this. Alright, cool. We're gonna... I think I'm gonna add... These guys need a little bit of skeleton bone to them. What do you guys think? You see how they've got these, skeleton faces? Do you think we should add... We've got two options. We can either do white and then add this, stuff to it to give it like a spectral look. I've never done that before personally. Or we can make it like skeleton. We can add like skeleton bone to the hands and then the face. What do you think, Sunthas? Skeleton bone or the spectral? All right, spectral it is. All right, we need to do white then. We're gonna test it on one guy without doing them all, so. We're just gonna do some thin layers on his face. Yeah, I've seen this somewhere on a video before, but I've never really had the opportunity to use it because it was done on a Warhammer miniature. And since we don't paint those, this is my first opportunity. Already come back to the face, give it a second layer. Alright, we'll wait and we'll do some gold. Yeah, you have to, when you thin your paints, I don't know what type of paints you use. Some companies come naturally more thin than others, but it's really easy to thin your paints too much. So it's like a slight. You really just want a slight thin. So, what types of What types of paint companies are you using? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, Game Color is really good. Yeah, if you thin them too much, you'll find that they're a little too runny. You definitely still want to be able to have control when you're doing it. Oh, there we go. We'll add, it's really, these stores are really cool. They've got this opportunity to add, like, whatever kind of gem you want right here. Alright, cool. Alright, we'll be able to move over to our white face killer. Ghost face killer, whatever you want to call him. And let me just see. Let's see what we're working with. We're going to take our... It's called Nihilak, whatever you want to say, oxide. It's really good for oxidation, but when you put over white, it can add this kind of like glowing effect. Alright, we'll see. We'll see how this works. This is kind of like a test run. I know, right? They're so weird. Yeah, I don't know. It's not. It doesn't have a. It's not metallic. It's like a little. It's like a different kind of wash. It's definitely very. It's a very thinned out paint. So we'll see how it dries here. We'll see. I don't know if I'll like it or not. But it definitely gives like a glowing effect with the white. Or I'll move back to our Dwarven gold and we'll get these swords. Alright. Whew. I mean, it kind of looks pretty cool. What do you guys think? I don't know how you guys. I don't know if you can see it very well. I agree. I totally agree. It definitely does beat skeleton. It gives it some like nice, like a nice cool color. Alright. Well, let's do the other faces then, since we're here. Oh my god, I just found the biggest... I don't know if you guys can see that, but he's got this like giant spike, this manufacturing air coming out of his face. I totally missed that. That's hilarious. That's what you get for not checking your models well enough. Yeah, basically the second I got paint on it, it was like, oh hello, there's big spike on this guy's face that looks very unnatural. Alright, last guy. Alright, you guys. I think that might be it for me. We've been at it for 2 hours, 57 minutes. This guy needs some food in his belly. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate you guys always hanging out with me. And we'll be back, yeah. No, it's all good. I started 30 minutes early just because, I was just doing, like, 100%, airbrushing. And I was like, I wanted to get some of it out of the way so I'm not only airbrushing. But I'll be honest with you, I did airbrushing for, like, 2 hours straight, which was pretty intense. But yeah, I'll be on Monday, or not Monday, it's Monday right now. I'll be on Thursday at 5:30. So 5 or 5:30. So I'll see you guys then if you want to come hang out. We'll be able to give these dwarfs a better look. So hopefully I'll get some more of my stream set up a little bit better. I got the digital currency stuff counting. So we'll be able to start like raffling off some of the miniatures that I've painted and some of these dwarfs. I definitely plan on giving like maybe like 5 of these dwarfs away to the people who come to the stream. So, all right, have a good night, guys. I'll see you next time.